name is Fitzroy Williams. I'm the Chief Executive Officer of the Jamaica Railway Corporation, which began operation or started operating in 1845, November 21st, 1845 to be exact. This continued until 1992, October, when total closure of the passenger rail operations took place. Trains stopped operating simply because passenger rail service had become unsustainable. And this is actually a feature of rail operations generally, where without direct subsidy from government, it's an unsustainable activity, and our government was not in a position to provide direct rail subsidy.
When I started driving, I was 27 years old. Well, the good one is that let me put it this way then. The good one is when you run a good train on time. For instance, you leave Montego Bay with a train and you get to Kingston and you look on and watch you're in time. That's a good train. The bad one is when you're traveling along and somebody fling across and you have to hit him and there's a delay and you spend almost half of the night there.
This railway station, the Kingston Railway Station, has an iconic place because it was built as part of the establishment of the 1845 inaugural run of the railway in Jamaica. This is 7 years after the abolishing of slavery in the colony of Jamaica and in the colonial system. Sugar was very important to the Europeans, aristocrats and the consumers of Europe in general. So sugar cane, which Jamaica was very, very well known for, and sugar was considered to be king as a commodity. Britain had to find a way to get sugar out of Jamaica in a cheap way. There was no longer the cheap access to slave labor, and there was also now a difficulty in transporting, which added to the cost. And so the solution was to build the railway. Establishing of the railway system and the growth and development of the Jamaican economy went hand in hand, because it fostered the not only the continued production of sugar, and later on it became viable for bauxite and tourism as well.
I remember the railway from when I was about 6 years old. I used to travel on the train with my great aunt, who would take me, and very often with my younger sister, to visit her sisters in Cambridge, which is outside Montego Bay, St. James, on the western part of the island. There was lots happening there. The whole bustle of the railway station was quite interesting. The whole experience of being on the train, of all the characters that you would encounter on the train. There were preachers, there were fruit and food vendors who would be carrying their produce, and to different parts of the island on the train, and the whole experience was just quite amazing.
The significance and importance of the railway as a historic iconic symbol should be preserved, but it should also be seen as a way to look into the future and see how the railways has a role or continues to play a role in the economic development of Jamaica.